Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers from around the world. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for today's show, and today we have a couple of flights that we're going to be doing, and I've received a request from several members to do this route today from Zurich to Innsbruck aboard this Austrian Airlines. We're going to be departing today. It's a very short flight, so we're going to be doing two because I've received several requests to do the Zurich to Innsbruck and La Palma to Lanzrote routes. So we're going to be doing both. We're going to be flying here in Europe, and then we're going to be heading after this stream to the Canary Islands to do our second flight. Both are quite challenging approaches and should be a great fun with all of you fine people. Captain Poland, welcome aboard, my friend. Clear to land, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And we also have Chris Walker. Good afternoon to you, my friend. And we have Thomas. Thomas, hello, my friend. Good evening to you. Summer as hot Denmark and burgers other than barbecue while you stream. Oh, how cool. That's a nice setting. Absolutely. Yeah, Duncan. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Thank you for your support. And the same goes to you, Captain Poland. Night at night, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And we have Mertoya and TKC. Mertoya, welcome aboard. And thank you for your continued support and your help moderating the channel. So today, folks, we have quite a bit to cover. So we are departing runway 34, which is kind of cool because it puts us, there is a gate, there's a parking position right ahead of right before runway 34 where we're going to be departing today. So it's going to be a short taxi to the runway. So let's get things started, and I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do. I have Evilsoft loaded there with all the required information. So we'll go through our flight in just a little while, but first let's start setting things up. I'm going to set my let's see here, performance mode, right? We get a little more FPS here in the cockpit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to head over to the overhead panel, and we're going to turn on the battery, and that will gives us access to Mark. Welcome aboard to the Q8 Pilot channel. So now we can operate the FMC. The first thing we're going to go to FS Actions and Ground Services, and we connect the ground power unit. Perfect. And then we're going to go to Return, and we're going to enter the fuel information for our flight. So let's say fly, and let's connect to Microsoft Flight Simulator. You should get the information bar now. Let me see here. If you don't, let me just very quickly remove and put it back. That should bring up the information to you. Yep. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the operational flight plan, and we're going to take a note of our fuel and zero fuel and enter this information into the, and today, by the way, I'm not going to use the SimBrief flight plan. I'm going to enter the plan so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing, and we can go through our approaches. It's quite a challenging approach into Innsbruck. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to enter our fuel. We need about 9.9 pounds of fuel, so that's 9,900 pounds of fuel for our short flight today. We're going to be cruising at 20,000 feet, so it's going to be really a short flight. Then we're going to go to Return, and we're going to go to the payload information, and we're going to enter our zero fuel, which is 114.9, 114.9, and we'll enter that here. And now we don't need to worry about the other payload information. Sets no one in first class economy only today. All right. Everything is good here. We can go to the FMC, and we're going to go to position. Before we do position in it, let's head over to the overhead panel. So we go Control and 6. Control and 6 brings up the control panel. And we're going to do just a few checks here. Left after fuel pump is turned on. And let's see here. All is good here. All is good there. We're going to turn on the emergency lights. Let's do the APU test real quick. All right, all checks okay. Perfect. And the cargo fire test as well. You should hear the bell, but it looks like after the Pmdg update, that stopped working. Let's see here. All right, and number 2, that's good. All right, so everything, we are good to start the APU, so I'm just going to go ahead and start the APU while we do all the other checks. Perfect. We need the ground power unit. Perfect. And now we can go back to the overhead panel, and we can do a few more checks here. That check's okay. And stall warning test for some reason doesn't sound. And we're going to go set the adheres to nav mode. Flaps and slats check is okay. And now we can turn on the yaw damper. Yaw damper is on. And everything good here, everything good here. And we're going to turn on the fasten seatbelt and non-smoking signs on. And we can now turn on the window heat and the hydraulic pumps. We're going to put the packs on auto, and we're going to set the altitude to 20,000 feet for our flight today. Perfect. All right, so everything is set here, anti-collision that we can leave for the time being. And we have with us Ferdinand. Hello, my friend from Thailand. Welcome aboard. We have also Mark, who just became a subscriber here at the Kuwait Pilot channel. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. And thank you for your subscription to the channel. Appreciate it. All right, so all is good here. And we can now start programming the FMC. So we're going to come down here to the FMC and enter the RS position. So let's clear that position in it. And we are at Lima Sierra Zulu Hotel. That is Zurich Airport. Go to the next page, copy the GPS position, and set it over here. And now we can go to the route and select the origin, which is Zurich. And of course, we are inbound to Innsbruck Airport, which is Lima Oscar Whiskey India. Our flight number today, we are Austraian Airlines 2563. And guys, as a reminder, today is the last day where you can enter the giveaway to win the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 device. And of course, the link is, it will be, Streamlabs bot will continuously put it on there for you. But be sure to enter today, because today is the last day, and we will be rolling out the giveaway and select a winner today after the landing at Lanzrote. Okay. All right. So we have the origin and destination airports. Let's go ahead and select our departure. Today, our departure out of Zurich is going to be runway 34 through the DG5 Foxtrot. So we're going to select runway 34. Runway 34. And that's the DG5 Foxtrot departure. And we're going to go to the route, activate, and execute. And next, we're going to go to the legs page. As you see here, we have DGs as the transition out of our SID. And then we're going to take Zulu 2 Airway. Zulu 2 Airway. And we're going to exit Zulu 2 at Ostov. And then we are going to fly through Mike 738 Airway, Mike 738 to Madib, and that is the star. That is the transition into the star for Innsbruck. We're going to execute that, and then we're going to go to departure and select our arrival through the Madib 1 star. And today we are going to be arriving into runway 08. So at runway 08, we have an RNAV, let's see here, RNAV Z is the one we're going to select through the LMIM transition. And we're going to execute that. And now we're going to go to the routes page and make sure there are no discontinuities, and which there aren't. You can see that there is the hold at Rodenburg. So this is runway 08, but for a missed approach, we need to climb back to 9,500 feet and proceed to the holding point at Rodenburg, and then turn back towards the airport to land runway 08. Hopefully we don't need to do a walk around, but just in case, that's what we're going to need to do. I'll bring up Yves Lesoft in just a second, and we'll go through the plan together. Doctor on board, welcome aboard. Candy Myers, welcome aboard. All is well, my friend. Thanks for asking. I hope you are the same. Enter the link was in the last stream. It is still there. The Streamlabs should be able to give you guys the link to the giveaway. But yeah, you can always go back to the last stream to enter the giveaway. Mr. Don, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And we have also NNN013 Games. What is the 737 plan mod you are using? Plan mod. Not sure what you're referring to as the plan mod. Okay. So, Sammy Tech Cookie, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you. You shouldn't press execute after activating. Once the flight plan is complete, you press execute. Yeah, well, that's all right. Not a big deal, though. We're going to select our zero fuel there. Zero fuel is set. Reserves is 5. Cost index today is 5. Cruise altitude is 20,000 feet. So we're going to enter 200, and we're going to execute that. And then we need the, let's see here. The average cruise wind 202 20 knots. 202 20 knots is set. 11,000 feet for the transition, I believe. I'm not sure. N1 limit. We can derate the takeoff and go to the takeoff page. We're going to select flaps 5 for departure. Center of gravity 18.1%. That gives us a trim of 6.48. V1 122, V rotate 125, and V2 is 131. All right, let's set our trim real quick. 6.28, which is in the takeoff range. And I believe we click, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, let's set it. Six, 2, 8. That's about right. All right, so the setup is complete of the MCD. You can see this is our departure. Let's take a quick look at our plan. And this is our plan here. We can go to step through. And this is going to the top of descent at Osdorf. And this is Mative. This is the transition, Elmim. And by the way, we need to be above 13,000 feet at Elmim, as you can see here displayed in the FMC. And then it's going to be the arrival into Innsbruck. This is, by the way, a very challenging approach. The reason being the mountainous terrain for one, and then it's going to be a steep descent in order to intercept the localizer for runway 08. Well, actually, in this case, we're doing an RNAV approach, so we don't really have to worry about the localizer. But we need to be very, very careful with our altitude and our speed as we approach Innsbruck. Let's click the B button and reset the altimeter, and this needs to go to HPA. All right, so 1017. And we are now pretty much ready to start the engines. So, but before we do so, let's put this back on map. Let me reset our view. And let me bring Lszh just to show you guys what we are going to be doing today. So if we go to this is us right here, and that's the aircraft. So we are right here. This is our departing runway. And on departure, so if we click on the departure here, as you can see, it says on course 332 degrees until at and above 1800 feet, then 331 degrees to Zulu Hotel 570 flyover, and then at and above 3500 feet, we're going to go to a heading of 2401 degrees to Zulu Hotel 569er flyover, and then direct here, as you can see. And then this basically takes us out of our SID into DGs, which then it ends the mark of our departure out of Zurich. Now the arrival is the interesting part, and if we go to the arrival here and we select it, let me bring it over here. You can see this is exactly what we saw in the plan. We are departing runway 08, RNAV RNP 08Z, and this is the transition, the LMM transition, and the Mated 1 Bravo is the so direction from the west today for Innsbruck. And you can see this here, this is the holding point, the Rodenburg ADF. So this is an ADF station, basically. So yeah. So all is good here. This is our arrival, and we can see that you can see here we need to be at Elmham. We need to be above 13,000 feet. So it's going to be quite a challenging approach coming into runway 08 at Innsbruck with a final approach course of 077 degrees. All right, so that's our flight so far, and we are now good to... Let me put this here. And we have with us also Emilio Tover. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. All right, so we are good to go now, and we're ready to start the engines. We're going to first go and make sure the APU is turned on with the APU bleed. APU bleed is now turned on. And let's see here. We don't need that. Let's go back to the overhead panel. Make sure everything is ready for engine start. We're going to turn on our fuel pumps. Everything is good here. All is good here. Anti-collision lights can go on. We're going to turn off the packs. And we can also... I think we're good. Yeah. Cancel the master caution. We're going to set this to... Or let's go to the FMC real quick. And we're going to go to... the takeoff page 131. All right, 131 is set, and we're going to set 20,000 feet for our final cruise altitude today. All right, so all is done here, and auto brake can go to rejected takeoff, and we are now good to start the engines. We're going to dismiss the ground power. So let me go back here. And let's see, let's go to the menu, FS Actions, Ground Services, release the ground power, no longer needed. We're going to remove the chocks, make sure the parking brake is set, and we are now ready to start the engines. Now, the runway is right ahead of us, so we don't need to push back out of our position. So what we're going to do is go ahead and start engine number 2. And now you can see the fuel valves are open, and the engine is now spooling. Well, thank you very much, Emilio. We're glad that you're with us here this evening. So thanks for being with us. And today, guys, we're going to be doing 2 flights. So we're going to be doing this first flight here based on popular demand. And let's give it fuel. And then we're going to do the one from the Canary Islands. I think a lot of you guys have been asking for this. By the way, I've been receiving a lot of requests to do flights in or out of Tel Aviv. I do have the airport for Tel Aviv, and probably I'll plan it in the coming days. We'll do a flight there as well. And we, as you can see now, the aircraft engine number 2 is starting. Nice airport. Right. We're going to wait for the engine to start. All right. We have a good start on the engine. So what we need to do now is we are going to turn the pack here to high, put the isolation valve in the closed position, and we're going to turn on the generator. And now we're going to start the engine number 1. And now we can see fuel valves are open and the engine number 1 is spooling. And while we're at it, we're going to set our TCAS to TARA and wait for the engine to spool about 20% N2. And now we can introduce fuel. Our hydraulics are now operational, so we can set our flaps to flaps 5.
Zurich ground Austrian 737 requesting pushback.
Austrian 737 pushback request accepted.
Why are we getting this? All right, let's turn this off. And let me
Zurich
stop
ground
this.
Austrian 737
All right.
requesting the end of pushback.
Austrian 737 request to end pushback received.
All right, perfect. So flaps 5, rejected takeoff. Everything looks good here. Let's go ahead and turn on the flight directors. Danny, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Pretty expensive Tel Aviv airport, but yeah, it's also a pretty big airport. It is a very big airport, and it is the world's most secure airport, arguably, built originally in 1930. All right, so we're good here. Everything is ready to go. Let's go ahead and turn on the gen for engine number 1, and we're going to set the engine mode selectors to continuous, and the probe heat can go on, and now we can put the packs on auto, and the isolation valve on auto. APU bleed can go off, and we can now turn off the APU and turn on the runway turn-off lights, taxi lights, and we can leave the wing lights for now. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go. We are going to release the parking brake, and we can bring the yoke here. Pull up, pull down, pull left, pull right, and we can do pedal pull left, pull right, neutral, and the before taxi checklist is complete. Let's give it some power. Head over to the runway. Just look at this beautiful wing view. I love the wing flex on the Pmdg. All right. Right, we are approaching runway 34 for departure. So we're going to turn on the landing lights and strobe lights. Wing lights are on. And everything is configured for our departure. Indigo, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Hendrik, welcome aboard my friend. Yeah, TARA is normally set before entering the runway, but I have a tendency to forget it. So I'm going to turn it on now, or I turned it on previously. Let me set this to auto. Perfect. All right, let's start the clock. And here's our turn for runway 34. Should be an interesting flight to Innsbruck. All right, let's show our traffic here. And we're going to put the terrain on the first officer side. All right, let's take it to 40% of N1. Stable. Auto throttle. Toga. Still a bit touchy on the controls, the PMDG.
80 knots.
Check.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gears going up.
Austrian 737, you are not cleared to take off.
That's better. Leave it about 15-degree pitch. And continue our climb. Beautiful. Right, and VNAV. Right, begin retracting the flaps. Very good. Excellent. And now we will begin our turn. I really like FS Realistic. All right, and we can go to VNAV, or LNAV, beg your pardon, and Command 1. And we are now on our way to our cruise level of 20,000 feet. We look here, about 210. Yeah, that's fine. We kind of exceeded the speed there. You're over my house soon. Oh, V1 Rotate, welcome aboard, my friend, and thank you for your continued support here, being a VVIP member of the channel. Cube the Cuber, welcome aboard. I think this is a first appearance for you on the channel. Welcome, my friend. FS Realistic does, you see this movement here, the G-force emulation, if you will, here on the aircraft. It does the touchdown effect, roll down effect, sounds, everything. We are above 10,000 feet, so we can turn off all these lights, and everything's looking good there. Looks like some clouds are there, so let's go ahead and just turn on the engine and wing anti-ice. And one will turn them off as we clear the clouds. Beautiful departure out of Zurich. Very nice indeed. Right, transition. Set standard. As you can see, the top of climb is not too far from our current location. It's a very short hop to Innsbruck, and hopefully we'll nail it. Yeah, it's a nice but challenging approach. Now, one thing we can do, or I always recommend that you do, is if you go to the end of your flight plan, you will see the runway RW08. And so what I like to go and do always is go to RW08 and enter that as a fix and create a 10 or 20 nautical mile range around it, so you'll have a circle that shows you the 20 nautical mile range to the airport for situational awareness. And what this does, for those of you who are unfamiliar with creating fixes, let's go to plan. All right, so if we go to the plan and we step through to Innsbruck, as you can see now, we have, let me just increase the range here. You see now we have a 20 nautical mile range around the airport, which is runway 08 at Innsbruck. This is very, very useful for situational awareness. All right, so let's go back to our flight plan. And we are almost at our cruise altitude. Here's a nice view for you guys as we depart Zurich inbound to Innsbruck. Thank you very much, Danny. Appreciate it, my friend. Beautiful wing view. By the way, I have the Tobii eye tracker device, so it's not, for some reason, it's not coming on today. Alright, so we're approaching 20,000 feet now, which is our cruise altitude, and the top of descent is not too far from our location. So if we look here, let me just show you real quick. So this is actually the top of descent. So as we approach now 20,000 feet, we should be getting the, let me put this on climb. So this is 20. Now, as soon as we level off, it will compute and give us the top of descent. All right. So if we look here now, all right, so top of descent in 56 nautical miles. As you can see, very, very short flight to Innsbruck from Zurich. Hello, Q8 and everyone else. Greetings from the Netherlands. Welcome aboard, my friend. I was watching already, but needed to take care of my cats and make dinner. Cool. Sorry, that sounds like you should, but not much to say FYI if you want to turn off. I don't know if that was for me. I don't know. You're able to have pop-up window. I'm not able to do that. Oh, Duncan, what you need to do is on any of you can't really. It's not a thing with the Pmdg, but in order to pop any window open in Microsoft Flight Simulator, you need to click on left. Beg your pardon, on right Alt, and then any of these windows. So right Alt, you'll see the cursor changes now with the zoom sign there. So any window. So for example, let's say you want to do this one here. Just hit right Alt, click, and then you'll have it. But you cannot manipulate it or do anything with it. You can resize it if you want. So you can resize this here and open as many windows as you like. So yeah, so you can definitely do this with Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is a cool thing. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up for our approach into Innsbruck. And as you can see, this is Maydeb, and we need to be above 13,000. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to reset the MCP altitude to 13,000 feet. All right, so that's the number one thing we're going to do. And next, we're going to go to init reference. Now, this is an RNAV approach, so we don't have an ILS frequency, but we will set our flaps to 30, flaps 30. Actually, let's do flaps 40 today. So flaps 40. And we're going to select 133, so that's 128 plus 5. That gives us a final approach speed of 133 knots today. And we're going to enter that here. And we are good. So we are now configured, and the aircraft should automatically begin the descent at the top of descent mark there. And hopefully we'll be able to make it into Innsbruck without without trouble. Yeah, looks like some traffic there ahead of us. Can you just click on the flaps and speed, then put it in? Yeah, you can do that. So if you can go here. So if you go to init, you can click here, and it will put it there for you. But of course, you need to adjust the 5 knot wind there before you enter it into the unit. All right. So here's our top of descent, and we are now 38 nautical miles. By the way, if I look at the sim brief plan, I think it's about the same the same, yeah, for the top of descent. I think it's exactly the same. In fact, gives me exactly the same calculation. All right. Perfect. I wish we had a flyby in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Unfortunately, we don't. Steve Bennett, hello my friend, welcome aboard, glad to have you with us. All right, so we are cruising at 20,000 feet, and quickly as a reminder, folks, today is going to be the last day where you can enter the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 giveaway, and we are actually closing in on 60,000 subscribers here at the Kuwait Pal channel, which is crazy, and I'm just really indebted for everything that you guys have done for me. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will be running a very special giveaway once we hit that 60 subscriber mark, and of course I'm giving away the Thrustmaster Boeing throttle quadrant and flight controls as my token of appreciation to all of you supporting the channel. And by the way, we left the NTIs on, so I'm going to just turn it off now. And we are almost at the top of descent, 25 nautical miles, and we should be there. Some nice wing views there for you as well. Very nice indeed. I love flying around mountainous terrain. I think it makes it a little more interesting. And yeah, Thomas. V1 Rotate, welcome aboard, my friend. Do I need to enter again today, or all's good? No need to enter again. If you're already entered into the giveaway, then you're good to go. Now, one thing I do want to be very mindful of is the speed as we approach Innsbruck. Now, it says here 245, 245, 245. But what I'd like to do is to change the speed starting now, and I'm going to change the speed to 215 knots. So I'm going to say 215. Oops. Let's see here. So we're going to go 215, and we're going to change the speed starting now, and execute. All right. So we're going to change it to 215, and let the it should change it. Maybe it will change it at the next waypoint. Yeah. Let's see here. Alright. That's the next one. FBB. Yeah, it should start changing the speed momentarily. Alright, here's the top of descent and the decel point. So I do want to make sure that we decelerate the aircraft sufficiently as the there's a steep descent into Innsbruck for the final approach for runway 08. So we are now closing in. Let me change this here so you guys can see. Let me just show you guys this real quick here. So as you can see, here is the top of descent and the deceleration point here. So we should start the descent, deceleration here. Now at Elmham, we need to be above 13,000, but then the descent is going to be very quick. So we might need to change things around. And let's take a quick note of our approach speed, which is 133, and we're going to be doing flaps 40 today. So flaps full today for our arrival into Innsbruck. Perfect. Right, 1 nautical mile for top of descent. And now we have begun the descent. And what I'm going to do, yeah, as you can see now, we've begun the descent. And that's the decel point right there. And we're going to help the aircraft, we're going to extend the speed brakes to allow the aircraft to descend and reduce speed as well. Alright, so that's the decel point, and I'm going to extend the speed brakes. And we're going to go to 215 knots. Right. Now I'm not sure why the aircraft is not descending. Alright, so let's go ahead and do... No, that's not what I want to do. Level change. Let's do a level change. Alright, so it looks like it's going to be interesting. I'm going to keep the speed brake armed because I don't want to exceed 215 knots, so we'll keep it there. As you can see, we are descending a little bit fast now to make up for the lost time. It was buggy for me. It is a little bit buggy. Mr. Koster, welcome aboard, my friend. You don't really need to type in giveaway here. You need to access the link. If any of the moderators can just type in the link for the giveaway, for entry to the giveaway. Alright, barrel reference, standard. Alright, let's set it. And the current barrow is 1020. We're still doing okay. Very beautiful approach here. You can see all these beautiful mountains as we approach Austria, and specifically Innsbruck. Very, very nice indeed. All right. We are now looking here. So let me bring up Evlasoft real quick. So you can see now that we're entering into our star. This is the MADIP transition, and we need to be above 13,000, which we are. And then as we move along, this is, by the way, Innsbruck, and this is the runway here. This is the final approach course 077. So we are going to set this here, 7077. Approach course is set on both sides. There we go. And if we look now at the speed, 215, we're still okay. And we're almost at 13,000 feet, which is good. Which means we are doing Heart 5321 just super chatted £5. Thank you so much, sir, for your generosity and support to the channel. I really appreciate it. That's very nice of you. Hendrik, welcome aboard, my friend. Looks a little bit dark here. All right, let me bring up some lights, because I can barely see. Alright, panel, background, a little bit here. Alright, that's better. Alright, so everything is looking good. We are configured now for our approach into Innsbruck. We are at 13,000. So now we're gonna level off at 13,000. And 13 here, the next waypoint, or the next, there are no further restrictions, it looks like. Let's see here. Yeah, so there are no further restrictions. We are going to begin here, and we need to be at, let's see, 3,000. So I'm going to reset the MCP altitude to 3,000. Right, there we go. 3,000 is set. And we'll do the level change momentarily once more. And if we look now at our flight plan, at the next waypoint we need to be at 175 knots and 6,000. So I'm going to go ahead and do a level change. My non-smoking instructor asked me for a cigarette after I taxied. Oh, that's funny. All right, so we are descending now, and let's see. Let's take a look. All right, so let's go ahead and reduce our speed to 175 knots. 175. All right. And what we'll do is we are going to extend the speed brakes a little bit here. All right, speed brakes are extended, and we're going to descend to. Why is it not descending? All right, let's me just use vertical speed, and we're going to descend at 1,500 feet per minute. All right, we are a bit too high. Speed check flaps 1. Alright, so we're going to extend flaps 1 because it's going to help us reduce our speed. We are not too far now from the airport. So we want to make sure landing lights can go on. And we're going to put these on continuous. And wing lights are on. Everything is on. All is good. Set the brakes to 2. Let me increase the rates of descent to 2,500 feet. It will increase our speed a little bit, but will help us reduce the speed sufficiently for our approach. Hopefully we won't hit any mountain or anything like that. All right. All right, we'll bring it back. Now we can reduce the rate of descent back to 1,800 feet. As you can see, we are a bit too high. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lower the landing gear. And by lowering the landing gear, we can further reduce our speed. we're going to go to our final approach speed there, about 133. Speed check, laps 5. Here's the turn, and by the way, the runway is right ahead of us now. I still can't see due to the visibility. I think I see it. I'm not sure if that's the runway though. But we are looking good. 133 was our final approach speed. Speed check. Laps 15. All right. Speed brake is armed. And let's see. Speed check. Flaps 25. I can see the runway now. Right to our left. We will disconnect momentarily and take over and hand fly the aircraft. It is definitely a beautiful approach.
2500.
Speed check, flaps 30. FMC message, what does it say? Drag required after, yep. We're almost there now. You can see the runway to our left. We are on the glide slope and the localizer. You can see the localizer here. We should begin the turn momentarily. Alright, let's go ahead and take over. Speed check, flaps 40. And we are going to disconnect the autopilot. Autopilot disconnected. And let's disconnect the auto throttle. Come on, come on. Perfect. Auto throttle disconnected.
Terrain. Pull up.
I'll tell you guys, there is some really wind just pulling to the right. Right, looking good. Some wind there.
Sink rate. 50. 20. 10.
And welcome to Innsbruck. Reversers are out. $80 knots. Manual braking. Whoa, just barely made it. Welcome to Innsbruck, ladies and gentlemen. That was a really challenging approach into Innsbruck. It's always challenging when you fly into Innsbruck. Whether you arrive at runway 26 or you arrive at runway 08, from whichever direction, it's always a challenging approach, but it's very, I think it's very rewarding flying into Innsbruck. It was a nice, nice hop there from Zurich today. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and thank you guys for being with me for the first leg today. Night at night. Thank you very much. Thank you guys. Thanks, flying with Ryanair. This landing was a nice. Thank you very much. Thank you, Duncan. Appreciate it. The landing rate, by the way, according to Sim Toolkit Pro, was 220. 220. Thanks for using my suggestion. V1 Rotate, you are most welcome, my friend. Thank you for your support. And as a reminder, folks, channel members are at leisure to suggest any route that they like, and I will accommodate the requests as much as I can, but they will get the priority for selecting routes, departure airports. I've done also the one we've done over Iceland was also a member request, so as much as I can, I will try to fulfill all the requests from you fine folks as a really appreciation of what you guys do for me. Being VVIP channel members gives you that privilege. So yeah, let's find a spot here to park our 737. How many G's in the landing? I have no G's. 1.1 1.1 G's. Right, I think we can bring the aircraft here. Not sure if this is a spot or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and park it here anyway. Innsbruck. Beautiful rendition, by the way, of the airport. And I forgot to do the replay. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We'll do the replay for the second leg today. Yeah, we'll do the replay for our flight in the Canary Islands. Alright, parking brake is set. What is ticking there? Parking brake is set. Alright, and we can kill the engines. Alright, and welcome to Innsbruck, folks. This was a nice flight. We should have turned off all these lights. Alright, so there you have it. Flight from Zurich to Innsbruck, and what I'm gonna do now is let's see, a soft landing is not a criteria for a good landing. That's why I dislike landing rate tool. Remember, you need an amount of yeah, I by the way, I agree with you. I agree with you fully there. Let me just quickly turn on the summon the, because it's gonna FS actions, ground services, ground power. Ah, we need the chocks set. request. And we can now just get rid of this. There we go. All right. So I do agree with you that the landing rate is not really what it's, you know, the true measure of how well the landing was. But I think we have our strobe still running. All right, these are off. All right. So yeah, I do agree with you there. I hope you guys enjoyed this first leg of the flight. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go away and set up for our next flight, which is going to be from La Palma to Lanzrote in the Canary Islands. And that should be another interesting flight. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy some screenshots and I will set up for the next flight and I'll be with you shortly. All right. So, let me see here.
Center 638 pushback request accepted.
Hello there, guys. I am back, and I'm having some trouble with with Streamlabs OBS. I just need you to confirm that you can hear me through the mic. If anyone can confirm that you can hear me, then we can continue, and we can start setting up our flight to
Requesting the end of pushback.
Lanzrote from La Palma.
Request to end pushback received.
5 out of 5. Perfect, Steve. Thank you very much, and welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
La Palma ground
Thank you.
center
Perfect. All right.
638,
So we are now at La Palma Airport, and this actually is a nice airport. It's available at Orbex,
Contact tower
and
on
the
118 decimal
arrival
meters.
airport, which is Lanzrote, is available through the Just Flight website. Very, very good rendition. Of course, we're going to take a look at the airport once we arrive. But without further ado, folks, let's go ahead and start setting up our flight for. God, it feels strange to do two legs, in one stream. But I really wanted to. To do those two flights because a lot of you have requested that I actually do this leg as opposed to the Zurich to Innsbruck. I hope you guys enjoyed the first part. Let's go ahead and turn on the battery power. And by the way, we're flying the business jet today. So this is the Boeing jet. And now that we have the power, we can go to the MCDU or the FMC. Go to FS Actions, and we're going to go to the ground services. We're going to connect the ground power real quick here, and we're going to go to return, go to the fuel. All right, so let me take a quick look here at our fuel. Let's say fly now, and we're going to go to, thanks very much, Duncan. Everyone else for confirming you can hear me okay. Well, let's go to the operational flight plan. All right. So today the cruise altitude according to the sim brief plan, actually let me just bring this here so you guys can follow along with me. Let's put this always on top. All right, so we can see here that it's 30,000 feet, and for the fuel and payload information, we're gonna come down here. As you can see, I always pick so that you don't have to worry about passengers, cargo. You just put in the zero fuel and it will calculate everything for you. So for the fuel today, 11,400 pounds of fuel, 11,400. This flight is slightly longer than the previous one, but still a very short hop. So 11,400 is set, and we're going to go to the payload, and we're going to enter our zero fuel of 115.8, 115.8, and we stick that here. I believe it doesn't take that much, so that's the maximum. So we're going to fly maximum weight today, 30 guests, and forward and after cargo is full. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go back, return, and return. We're going to go to the FMC, and now we can move this away, and we can start programming the overhead panel. All right, so everything checks here okay. We're going to turn the left after fuel pump, and we're going to connect the ground power. Ground power is now connected, and emergency lights can go on. Turn on the fasten seatbelt sign since we already refueled and the passengers are on board. Window heat can go on, and we're going to turn on the hydraulics. We're going to set the packs on auto on both sides, left and right. We're going to set the altitude here to 30,000 feet, and is done. And what else is there? Everything good here. Let's go ahead and very quickly perform the APU test before we start the APU. All right, that's good. Perfect. And same thing here. Now we have the bell. So it looks like there was something wrong with the livery that I was flying, the Austrian livery. All right, let's go ahead and start the APU. Since all checks are okay. And we're going to go to, while the APU starts, we can go back to the overhead panel here. And let's go to the after overhead panel. And we can perform our test, the Mach speed warning test 1 and 2, the stall warning test 1 and 2. We can also test the flight data recorder, make sure it's working okay. Everything is good here, all is good here. Set the adheres to nav mode. We're going to set this to, I believe here. There we go. All right, this is set on nav, and we can test the flaps and slats. Full, everything is good, so that's perfect. We're going to go back down here and turn on the yaw damper, and we are pretty much ready with the overhead panel. And we're going to cancel the master caution light and go to the FMC. Perfect. All right. So we have the latest ARAC database here that is checked. Position initialization. We are at Golf Lima. Charlie Alpha. No, it's Golf Charlie Lima Alpha. And we can go to the next page, grab our GPS position, enter that here. Perfect. Let's go to the route. This is the origin airport, which is La Palma, to Lanzrote, which is Golf Charlie Romeo Romeo. Golf Charlie Romeo Romeo is set. Flight number today, we are Boeing. That's Bravo Oscar Echo. And we're going to pick, we'll pick my date of birth. 2574. All right. So that's good. Everything's good here. We are going to go to the departure. And the departure today, according to our flight plan, is through runway 36, I believe. Let's take a look. Yep, 36 through the Larry's 2 Tango. So 36 is selected. And this is the Larry 2 Tango departure out of La Palma. We'll go to the routes. We can go to activate and execute that. No worries. And then we're going to go to the next page. Now, from Larry to, we're going to go to Larry's. And then it's going to be our star. So we're going to fly direct. Why is it not liking this? Let's see here. Oh, it's already set there. All right. So actually, it's actually our departure. So the sit, and then it's immediately the star. Oh, wow. Okay. So then it's the arrival. And the arrival is going to be through the Larry's 2 Papa. Larry's 2 Papa, which is this one here. We're going to be performing an ILS Z runway 03. And the transition is the mapped transition, I believe. I'll double check. Yep, that's the one there. So we're going to select that and execute. And now we can go to the legs page and make sure there are no discontinuities in our flight plan, which there aren't. And we can also take a look at funny departure there. But we can always go to the plan page. Let's go here. It's not what I wanted to do. Plan, please. Plan. Thank you. All right. So from the plan page, we can just cycle through real quick, go to step through and look at our flight path. Make sure there are no... Yeah, it looks like another steep descent there into our destination. As you can see here. It's, by the way, this is a beautiful approach. We have Steve Slacker. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you for being with us here, being a subscriber at the Q8 Pilot channel. Appreciate it, my friend. And I would appreciate it, guys, if you hit that like button for me, if you are enjoying yourself. And everything is good here. So we're going to switch this back to map. And we are going to click here and take this back to, yeah, our regular display. All right, perfect. Now we can go and enter the performance information. So 0 fuel, 113.7. And for the reserve today is, let's see here. Reserve. Where's the reserve? Okay, so we have, for the reserve, alternate fuel is 3.4 and 2.1. That's 5.5 for our reserve, 5.5. And the cost index, according to the sim brief plan, is 5. All right, 5. And the final cruise altitude today is 30,000 feet, as you have seen. And the cruise wind is 309.24, 309 degrees, 24 knots average cruise wind. Everything else here is good. I'm not sure what the transition altitude at the Canaries are. If anyone knows, let me know. Let's go ahead and execute that. All right, so it's giving us 28.8, but that's all right. I think we should be fine. And the NDB 36 approach of Gcla La Palma is also really challenging. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I think you need to set your altimeter because they are negative. Altimeter. Let's see. They are negative. Yep. There we go. Thanks for that. Right, it's set. And let's see here. Let's go to the N1 limit. And we can derate this takeoff. And we're going to go to select flaps 5 for departure. And the center of gravity. 23.4 gives us a trim of 4.62. Let's set our speeds. V2 is 133. So we are going to set 133. 133 set. We're going to set our final cruise altitude to 30,000 feet. All right, 30,000 is set. We're going to turn on the flight directors on both sides and come back here, set our trim to 4.62 units. That's about right. Perfect. All right, so we've got everything set up here. Let's go ahead and start the, put the power on the APU and turn on the APU bleed. Now we can hear the APU. Brilliant. 6,000 is all right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's go back. We're going to go to performance, and 6,000 is now set. Perfect. And when limit, takeoff. All right, everything's good here. Excellent. All right. I'm going to set the range here. There you go. Master caution is canceled. And we are good. All right. So now everything is good. By the way, guys, you see this button here? Speed Intiv. That's speed intervention. And normally when you have VNAV, so basically you can change the speed without really disengaging VNAV. That's a feature you can use. Maybe we'll use it in this flight and see if it works or not. I'm not sure why this is still in up, but up. All right, so we're good to go now, and we are gonna come here and turn on the fuel pumps. Fuel pumps are on. We can leave the probe heat for now. And let's go ahead and push back out of our position. So to do this, first, we're going to go to FS Actions, and we're going to go to the ground services. We're going to make sure our parking brake is set, and we are going to release ground power, and we're going to remove the chocks as well. And then we're going to return. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Main menu. There we go. FS Actions, pushback. We're going to select the tug, and we're not going to go straight out. We're going to actually do a nose to the right. Nose to the right, tail to the left. So let's go ahead and start.
Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our left. Roger that. Ready for pushback, tail to the left. Release brake, please.
No fuel in the center tank. Yeah, it's turned off. We don't need it. All right, let's release parking brake.
Brakes released.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and start with the engine number 2. We need the packs off for engine start. And now we should see that the engines are spooling, as you can see here. Put that here. There you go. 20%. Fuel. Beautiful. Very nice airports, very nice rendition of La Palma by Orbex. You have got to love those wingtips. Beautiful. All right, we have a good start on engine number 2, and now we're going to go for engine number 1. All right. Engine number 1 is now spooling. We need the anti-collision light on.
Pushback complete. Parking brake, please.
All right.
Brake set.
Right, we're disconnecting the tow now. Let's give it fuel.
Pin is pulled. One.
Beautiful.
La Palma ground, Boeing 737 request taxi for takeoff straight out departure.
Boeing 737 taxi to and hold short of runway 36 via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 118.9er when ready.
All right, now we can go back here, and we're going to select climb.
Boeing 737.
Climb is there. We're going to put the traffic on this side, and we're going to go to TARA. And everything else is good. Yeah, engine starting, all's good. Flight directors are on. And let's go ahead and set our flaps 5 for our departure today. All's looking good. Right, looks like we have a good start on both engines. Let's go ahead and put the gens. Right, gens are active. Engine mode selectors to continuous. And the probe heat is on. Packs to auto. Isolation valve to auto. And pack to auto. APU bleed is off. And the APU can go off as well. And we are now ready to go. Perfect. All right, flaps are set, and we can turn on the runway turn-off lights and taxi lights. Alrighty, we are good to go, folks. And I think we need to set this to HPA. And we have the altimeter now set, and all is looking good. Perfect. All right, parking brake is released. Of course, we can always do the control check, full up, full down, all of that. We've done it in the previous flight, so let's just go. Let's give it some power. There we go. Why don't you switch to Unicom or disable the speakers? That's actually a good idea. Let's see here. Alright, we're going to enter the runway here. So we're going to turn on the landing lights and strobe lights. And the wing lights, all the lights. Alright, here we go. Runway 36. Very, very nice scenery of La Palma. All right, let's get lined up. Runway 36.
La Palma Tower, Boeing 737 at runway 36 ready for departure, departing straight out.
All right, well, that's fine.
Boeing 737.
Let's see, auto throttle is on.
1035 at 29er.
And we're going to take it to 40%.
Cleared for takeoff runway 36.
Cleared for takeoff runway 36.
Release
Boeing
parking
737.
brake. And toga. Check.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gears going up. All right, let's begin our turn.
737, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
La Palma Tower, Boeing 737 frequency change.
VNAV.
Canary Center, Boeing 737 is type 2 miles north of La Palma, 2,100 feet. Request flight following.
Boeing 737 Canary Center. Squawk 0022.
Squawk 0022, Boeing 737.
Boeing 737 radar contact
LNAV.
3 miles northeast of La Palma, 3,300 feet. Altimeter 30.21.
Roger, Boeing 737.
All right, speed check. Let's begin retracting our flaps. And autopilot 1 is engaged. Beautiful view here out of the passenger window. Yeah, I've got to admire the wing flex of the Pmdg 737. Beautiful. Right, bear reference standard. We'll increase the range here a bit. And now we continue with the climb to 30,000 feet. All's looking good. Hamza, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Carl Childers, welcome aboard. Thank you very much for joining in. Yeah, definitely the wing flex is incredible. It's really, really good. Right, 10,000 feet. Let's turn off the lights. Lights are gone, taxi lights are out, and wing lights are out as well. And now we continue the climb. By the way, we forgot the clock this time around. Aaron, but you were busy with the pre-flight data. Oh, sorry very much. Sorry, Carl. I didn't catch you there. Sorry. All right, so we are now on our way to our cruise level. All is looking good. And by the way, this is again is going to be quite a challenging approach as well. So today, two challenging approaches in a row. I hope that you've enjoyed the first leg from Zurich to Innsbruck. I definitely enjoyed it, and now we're on the second leg, again based on popular demand. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for a lot of different routes in Japan, so I am going to plan this for sure. Have you heard about the Red Delanicon MD-82 gear collapse? Oh no, I haven't heard about that. Anders, hello my friend. I just bought Orbex Innsbruck, but the runway and taxiways is bugged. Andres, it might be that you have the Asobo Innsbruck installed, and that will cause some issues with the display and taxiways. So go to your profile, go to the content manager, and make sure that Asobo Innsbruck is uninstalled, and then it should look fine. Have used the VGS plugin for the sceneries. Steve, I do have it. Unfortunately, for some odd reason, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Simply doesn't work on my machine. I have no clue why, but it just doesn't work. So so that's it for me, I guess. I've tried everything, every forum post, everything, but just didn't. Yeah, it didn't work. Oh, so I'm not alone, I guess. Yeah. Again, folks, as a reminder, please hit that like button for me, and be sure to hit the notification bell button so that you are reminded of when I'm going live. And also, if you like, you can subscribe to the Q8 Pilot official newsletter. The link, of course, will be by Streamlabs OBS. It should show it. By the way, I removed Nightbot, and I felt that I just wanted to consolidate everything into Streamlabs. So I'm going to be running everything from there. It works exactly the same way. So yeah. So a lot planned for the upcoming period, definitely as we approach the 60,000 subscribers. And I am going to be at the next Flight Expo conference. I might actually be a sponsor too. I'm thinking about it. But definitely, yeah, I'm really looking forward to next year and being at the You're a tree hero. You have always been here for me since I watched you years back on your reviews. Well, Anders, that's what I'm here to do, and I hope that I am able to assist you and assist all other members, anyone in the flight sim community. That's what I'm here to do. So if I've helped, then I can give myself a pat on the back and be happy about it. Hamza, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it. And you're right, if the clouds let you, you will be able to see the tide and the highest mountain in Spain. To your right, you said. Oh, is it? Oh, let's see here. Oh, okay. So guys, if you have any suggestions for the next flight route, you are more than welcome to suggest it and here in chat, and I will consider it for the next flight, of course. Now I'm planning on doing some explained content, so our next stream is more than likely going to be the Zibo 737. So with that in mind, or one of the level ups, so either the 739, 76, or I think there is a 600, the entire family. So anything from the level up aircraft. So if you guys want to suggest a route, please go ahead. Yeah. All right, so 24,000, almost our our cruise altitude. And if we look here at our flight, let me just see where we are. Yeah, right on the dot there for our approach. And if I look here, again, there is a restriction of 13,000 feet, believe it or not, at Larry's, which is the transition into our star, similar to Innsbruck. Flight factor 757. Not a bad choice. Yeah, we can do that. Any word on update for the Level Up series? Kenny, I haven't been in touch lately with Magnus, the CEO of Threshold. But the last I spoke to him is they are working very hard on the update. I think, though, they are waiting for maybe the X-Plane 12 release before they release an update. And my hunch is there is a lot more talk about X-Plane 12 these days. So my hunch is that the release is imminent, probably a couple of months from now, maybe. EDDH to EDDM. Thanks, Sam Tech Cookie. Typical VATSIM route. Yeah. Hamburg to Munich. That actually is a nice short hop, Sammy. Yeah, I'll definitely consider it for the next stream. By the way, the same team working on the Level Up are working on the 737 MAX. So we're going to have a MAX for X-Plane 12 for sure. And we have Tiago Rosado. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us as a member of the Q8 Pilot channel. And we have also Everton Osborne, who has become a subscriber to the channel. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much, guys, for your support. And we continue now. All right, so we leveled up now at our final cruise altitude of 30,000 feet. And here is a look at the outside, and just look at that. I mean, the nice thing about, one of the things I do like about Microsoft Flight Simulator is that even at higher altitudes, things look, pretty decent. There's a nice wing view for you guys. And by the way, the top of descent isn't very long from now, so we will be descending shortly. So if we take a look here, you see top of descent is in 93 nautical miles. Not exactly as short as our previous flight, but definitely short enough so we don't have to wait too long. And yeah, so if we come here, go to the init page. There are a few things we need to set up. ILS frequency is 109er decimal 10. 109er decimal 10. And that is now set. And we're set it on the other side as well. 109er decimal 10. There we go. 109er decimal 10 is done. And the approach course is 031 degrees. 031 degrees. By the way, guys, I've been resetting my career profile on Simbit World. But I'm seeing some of you guys fly on Simbit World. A great tool, really, if you like, pilot career kind of stuff. And it's really cool. Ice Point in Spain. Oh, cool. The Isle of Man to London in the A320 Wizz Air. No worries, Captain Poland. I'll definitely consider that. Alright, so we've set the approach course, we've set the ILS frequency, and we will reset the, let's set our speeds there. So 130, 135, so 30 flaps 30, and 135, final approach speed. And what else do we need here? We're good there. All is good. The only thing we need to do is reset the MCP altitude. Now, if we go to the legs page, and go to the next page here. No, so 2300 is the approach platform altitude, beg your pardon. So we're gonna leave it for now. Actually, let's go ahead and set it. There's no harm in doing it. We are getting close to our destination, so 2300 is set. There we go, 2300 set. Some clouds along our route today. The shadows in Microsoft Flight Simulator are also very well made, I feel. The night lighting, the lighting overall, the reflections, and all of that, by the way, is coming to X-Plane 12 as well. That's correct, Carl. Carl, you're more than welcome to post the link to Simbit World. Maybe folks are not very familiar with it. I've made a full review video or full review stream of Simbit World. It's a great tool, really. Q8, have you tried the update for Flight Sim First Officer? It supports the Pmdg 737. Yes, Rami, correct. Since the last update, though, I've had so many issues with First Officer Next. It doesn't download the SimBrief plan. It's got some serious issues, at least for me. I don't know about others, but yeah, it's definitely. Chief Sim Pilot, welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you very much, Carl. Appreciate it. Yeah, so First Officer Next, definitely a great tool. I really like it a lot, but lately it has been just really giving me a lot of issues, and I stopped using it. I was going to actually do an update because the developer has changed the interface, but then I really couldn't because of all the issues I've encountered. I've tried submitting a support ticket, but it looks like the support thing doesn't work on their side for some reason. It's just kept giving me errors, so I gave up. We have with us Burnt Spaghetti. Welcome aboard, my friend. How is the PMDG compared to the Ziba mod? Would you recommend switching from X-Plane 11 to MSFS for VATSIM flights? Well, first of all, I would not make that recommendation to use VATSIM because you can use VATSIM on both platforms. So that would never be the basis for my recommendation. The Zibo mod, if compared to the PMDG in P3D, then it's slightly better or at par. If compared to this one here in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I think it really surpasses the quality and the fidelity of this PMDG 737, and it's totally free. So it's a great add-on, and it flies very well. It's jam-packed with features, totally free of charge. And, you know, with X-Plane, you can add a little bit of orthos, and you can get similar experience. You know, there's a lot of add-ons for weather and things like that that you can add today. Of course, with that said, I do not recommend that anyone purchases anything for X-Plane now. And the reason being, of course, we know X-Plane 12 is coming, and unless you have a very specific and explicit disclaimer from the developer that this add-on is going to work for X-Plane 12 at no additional charge, then I would say go ahead and make the investment. No worries there. But unless you get that, then I wouldn't want you to spend your hard-earned money on something that you're not going to enjoy when X-Plane 12 comes out. So just be wise with your X-Plane purchases at this time. And of course, as much as it disheartens me to say it, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying anything X-Plane at this point. Don't make an investment unless there is that disclaimer that it's going to work and there is no upgrade fee for X-Plane 12. Of course, if you are okay with it, you know, if you want to spend the money anyway, then, you know, that's of course your choice, but that would be my recommendation. Yeah, thanks for the info, Carl. Yeah, that is correct. The Pilot Life works with all simulators, so that's good good information to share, without a doubt. All right. If we look here at our flight plan, we are approaching the top of descent, about 46 nautical miles for top of descent. And we're going to have a similar thing to our previous flight. So we are at 240, next is 220, then 200. So yeah, it's going to be another challenging approach, because if I go to the range here, or actually let's go here, we have 23. We're going to begin the descent above 13. What is this? Yeah, you see this here, 20 to 5, and that's 15:45. So we actually should begin the descent before the top of descent point. So I'm going to actually initiate the descent now through a level change. So let's go ahead and do a level change. Otherwise, we will not make it in time to land at our destination. We're not going to be at the correct altitude. So as you can see here, you see this here? So we're already actually a bit too late, but that's all right. We should be able to make it up in a few moments. And we're going to also manage our speed during this flight. 240, the next one is 220. And that's okay. We are at 245. We'll leave it there, and we're going to continue to descent. We can adjust our altitude later, but I wanted to make sure that we have because this, once we reach the point here, so let me just zoom in a little bit. Let's see. So once we reach map it will end very, very quickly. So I do want to descent and make sure that we are good for we are a bit now too low for the current sector, but that's okay. We're almost there at our destination, and if we look at TD, about 30 nautical miles, and we need that to descent through to 2,300 feet for the final approach and intercepting the localizer 03 for runway 03 at our destination. There are definitely still people using X-Plane 10, without a doubt. And I will probably, on the first day that X-Plane 12 comes out, I will probably keep both X-Plane 11 and X-Plane 12. Maybe just to do some videos on the comparisons between the two for things of that nature. But I will switch immediately. I mean, normally I don't use outdated versions of anything, of any sim. So that's just a thing. And yeah, we continue now our climb, our descent, beg your pardon. And everything's looking good. And if we feel that we're way too low, then we can stop the descent, and but you can see here that 13:23, we should be fine. We should be okay. We need to be above 5,000 there. So I think we'll be fine. 21, 23. Yeah, should be alright. Perfect. And some wing views for you guys. I'm glad we started the descent when we did, because if you look, this is actually the decel point, and this is top of descent, and this is our destination right there. So very short distance remaining. Hopefully we won't face too much turbulence on approach. Well, you have to take into account that all plugins start work on day one. I don't see the switch fully before. That's probably a wise thing to do, is to just keep, you know, both sims running. If you decide to do my requested flight, if it's not a problem, Captain Poland, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, my times are, I don't know. So when opportunity permits, I'm not really sure if I can fulfill, you know, the timings for you. I will try my best, but I can't promise you anything. I've had 5,000 FEM VNAV descends in this thing. Really? Wow. John Sleeper, welcome aboard. I didn't know you were with us. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Alright, descending down to 19,000 for 2,300 feet. We are doing good. Let's put the data here. Get the times, by the way, in Zulu for every waypoint when you hit on data. Definitely some turbulence there. Safe flying, John. And by the way, guys, if you've already entered the giveaway, don't leave the stream right after we land, because we were going to roll the giveaway today. So if the person has to be here with us, so please make sure that you're with us here. Yeah, FS Realistic is active. That is correct, Rami. So if the person is not on chat, I am going to have to roll again and select another winner. So just make sure that you stick around a little bit longer, so that we, you know, if you are one of the lucky winners, or if you are the lucky winner, you don't miss the opportunity like one of you did last time. So just stick around after the stream for a little longer for the giveaway result. Alright, we are looking good. 16,000 feet, continuing the descent. And we are going to now start reducing our speed as well. So the speed here, 220 knots. Ooh, 23. 220 knots. So let's reduce the speed. Alrighty, very good. Our reference, we'll set it standard. Right, 1021. Perfect. And just like we normally do, steep descent after LTE 41, which is this one here, as you can see. So I'm very glad we did what we did earlier. Just based on my quick calculations, felt like we needed that. Let me just extend the speed brakes real quick. Alright. What did I want to do here? We are okay there. Continue. 220. Alright. 220 knots. Perfect. Alright, and we'll continue now the descent. We're looking good. That's our turn. So we should be fine. I still, by the way, feel we're a bit too high. So we might need to increase the rate of descent, but we'll worry about it in just a few moments here. Because we need to be... No, we should be okay. We'll see. All right, so if I look here, 200, that's 220, 200. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce our speed to 200 knots. And we'll go ahead and extend the speed brakes again and reduce our speed. Alright. And disarm the speed brakes. Right, we continue the descent now. And I can see the mountains of Lanzrote in front of us. We are almost there, by the way, folks. We're looking good. We might need to increase the rate of descent a little more because it's going to happen very, very quickly there. So I'm going to go ahead and go vertical speed. Now I'm going to increase the rate of descent to 1800 feet per minute. And we'll keep the speed brakes armed so we don't gain any more speed. But yeah, we definitely need to descend faster than we are now. And let's take a quick look here. That's 200 all the way to our final approach altitude of 2,300 feet. Yep. See the speed brakes armed there. Some of these descents into European airports are very long. Yes, indeed. And I think the reason being is, like, for example, an approach like this requires, you know, sufficient time for the lineup. The conditions are not always suitable, so I think it gives the pilot sufficient time to plan the descent and properly configure the aircraft, and also the descent. Sometimes, you know, you have to descend from very high altitudes, so with mountainous terrains and things like that. And India Virtual Aviation, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Right, we're approaching 10,000 feet. Landing lights are on, and the runway turn-off lights, wing lights are on. Although, oh, by the way, we should have put this on off position. We totally forgot that. Yeah, alright. Alright, so we are now below 10,000 feet for 2,300. We are looking good. We need to probably decrease the rate of descent a little bit. So let's go ahead and set it at 1,600 feet per minute.
Boeing 737 have the generic in sight.
We should be alright. Now, once we begin this turn, we're pretty much there, so yeah, I think it was a good call to descent before the marked top of descent in the FMC. Just again on my very basic calculations, I saw that we were not going to be at the right altitude for once we reach our destination, and that of course would have meant a go around. It would have been an unstable approach. Speed check. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Just in time for the second landing today. The first being at Innsbruck. Alright, so I think we are looking okay. And speed-wise, we are fine. Let me just get a quick look at our final approach speed, which is 135 knots. We're looking okay. And the destination is right ahead of us. What does it say here? It says unable to 10 knots. Let's see here. Where is it? Alright, so no need for 10 knots. We will take the next speed, which is 173. So we're going to say 173. And we're going to change it here. There we go. Execute. Perfect. All done. Oh, guys, just look at that. Look at the beautiful waters below the aircraft there. We're almost now at our destination. Beautiful.
Boeing 737, you're leaving my airspace. Resume on
Here's the decel point.
contact approach.
We can
on
see again
Good day.
the glide slope needle coming and the localizer as well.
129.3 Boeing 737. Approach Boeing 737.
We still have sufficient time to descend.
737, approach altimeter 30.
Let me go ahead and increase this a little bit to 2,000 feet. Speed brake is armed. Alright, let's set the auto brake to number 2 and engine mode selectors to continuous. All our landing lights are already on.
Boeing 737 has
So
the
we're
generic
looking
in
good.
sight.
Notice the increase in... Alright, we need to start reducing our speed, by the way. So let's decrease the rate of descent back to 1,600 feet.
Enter 785, approach altimeter 30.12. Continue to D270 as planned.
And I think we should be fine. Wow, beautiful. Just really a beautiful approach over waters. Lovely. Just really a lovely approach. And again, by the way, the airport is available at the Just Flight store. Right. I think we nailed the altitude there. The time that we've decided to descend was exactly the right time. So I'm very glad. Alright. Sometimes the most basic calculation saves you a lot of trouble. Here we go, making our turn. And the final cruise altitude, the approach altitude is 2,300 feet. And we are approaching the altitude now.
2,500.
Perfect. Looking good. Now we can reduce our speed. And now, if we look here, we're going to now start slowing down to 173. So 173. Perfect. And we're going to remain at 173 until established on the localizer for runway 03 at our destination. Yeah, cabin crew, prepare for landing. Alright, speed is going 175, 173 knots. Speed check, flaps 5.
Ryanair 4001.
Actually, flaps 5 is probably at 160 knots, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go to 160 knots there and disarm the speed brakes. And we're going to arm the speed brakes. The auto brake is set to 2 and everything is looking good. We're going to decrease the range here to 10 so we can take a quick and clear look at the approach. And by the way, this is just, look at, guys, look at this. The airport is right there. You can see it blinking right there. You can see the lights. It looks like there is some, from just the water waves here, we can see that there is a little bit of wind. And if let me go to give you guys the weather information. So we have about 22 knot wind. Check this out. 22 knot wind. And we have a few clouds at 3,500, scattered at 400. Current temperature is 23 Celsius, and QNH is 1020. So we're in for an interesting approach into Lanzrote, and we are, yeah, it's going to be an interesting approach. 22 knot wind. Gee, that's a lot. All right. So 131 is our final approach speed. 135. All right. So 135, and right now we're going to go and engage the approach button. Perfect. Yeah, we're in for an interesting approach now, and we should make the turn momentarily to intercept the localizer for runway 03. Sergi, hello my friend, welcome aboard, and thank you for your kind comment there, appreciate it. Hey Fred, welcome aboard. I need a shoulder harness and a helmet for this one. Safe landing from Imran Khan, thank you very much my friend. Mine pick this up. The scenery is great. It's actually a very detailed rendition of the airport, and we'll take a look at it. Guys, look at this just beautiful turn. Oh, by the way, we need to record this one. We're not going to forget it twice today. So let's hit on the record button. And I'm going to say G
Boeing
R
737 have the traffic.
and enter. It's going to pause a little while. That's what it does with the PMDG, but it normally recovers. Hopefully it won't ruin it for us. Yeah, I need to speak to Fabio about that. It only does this with the PMDG. Yeah, it's good now. All right, so now we are recording this session, our approach and landing session. The runway is right there. What a beautiful looking approach, ladies and gentlemen. And we have 22 knot wind. Check it out. 22 knots wind. As we come into land, we can see definitely the water waves there. They're upset. So yeah, so we are going to decrease the range now to the 5 nautical mile range. You can see a little bit of you can see the vibrations here, and we're going to maintain the current speed and altitude until established.
Boeing 737 traffic in sight.
Traffic in sight.
I can see the runway right in the distance there, right ahead of us. Single channel.
Channel 545, you are 12 miles south of Lanzrote.
Yeah. We are cleared to land. We can see the glide slope needle starting to move down now. 135 is our final approach speed. Everything is ready for our approach and landing. There we go. You can see the glide slope needle moving. And what we're going to do now is we are going to lower the landing gear. That's close enough. All right, gear is going down. Speed checked. Laps 15.
Boeing 737
Right, reduce
have
our
the generic
speed.
in sight.
147 knots.
Approach Venter 536 is passing 8,300 feet, descending 5,000 feet. Venter 536, approach altimeter 30.12, continue to D270 as planned.
Right, we're looking good. Descending towards the... Alright, let's take a look here at our approach speed. So I'm going to say 142. 30. 14. Come on. 142. There we go. Alright. And we are now... Oh, come on, what are you doing? Alright, here we go. Are we at 1,000 feet? Not yet. So we are going to change the speed now to our final approach speed, 142 knots. Speed check. Flaps 25. Alright, we're looking alright. On the glide slope and localizer.
Traffic.
There's traffic ahead of us, it looks like. What a great looking approach. Just look at that. Look at the beautiful waters there beneath us. Look at that.
Climb.
Beautiful.
Descend.
Just really beautiful.
Now. Descend.
Approach Janek 705 is passing 8,000
Traffic.
feet.
Alright, and speed check, flaps 30.
Janek 705, approach altimeter 30.12. Continue to
Right, 1,000 feet.
as planned.
Increase descent. Increase
We are
descent.
going to disconnect the auto throttle. Come on. Please, come on. Alright, let's forget it. Let's disconnect the autopilot. What is this guy doing? And we're just going to disconnect the auto throttle here. Alright, my aircraft. Wow, I tell you guys, the winds are very, very strong. Jeez.
400. 300.
That's a go around for the guy in front of us.
200.
Approach generic Charlie November Foxtrot 78 tree is at 6,300 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
100.
Center 5 tree 6 contact Canary Center on 119 decimal tree. Good day.
10.
Generic Charlie November Foxtrot 78 tree.
Whoa!
0.1
Jeez!
270 as planned.
It probably should have been a go around too for us.
Approach Janek 545 is missed approach at Lanzrote.
But that was one hell of a landing.
Janek 545, you are 1 mile northeast. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Keep speed not above 200 knots. Expect
Jeez.
to runway tree approach. The Lima
That was,
Tango
tell you guys, that was
130
very, very challenging indeed.
Cleared to Lima Tango Echo.
Alright, let me get you guys the landing rate. 208. The landing rate was 208.
Climb and maintain
And the
5,000
G's,
feet. ILS Zulu runway
0.99.
Lima Tango Echo 221.
So actually it was pretty good.
Cleared to
Not
Lima
bad.
Tango Echo Janek 545.
Violence on the runway. Yeah. Guys, just look at this beautiful scenery here as we arrive. So yeah, 205 for the landing rate and 0.99 for the G. And we are now safely
Report them in sight.
at our destination. Welcome.
119er.
Yeah, not too shabby, I agree.
36. Approach Venter 536.
We're going to take a look at the replay in just a minute here.
Descending 2,300 feet. Venter 536, approach altimeter 30.
Alright, let's,
decimal 12, continue as
Come on.
planned.
Alright, let's,
Venter 536, you are 1 tree miles southwest of Lanzarote. Contact Lanzarote Tower on 120.7 when inbound on the approach.
we're going to go to the gates there
On 120.7
and park the
Venter
aircraft there.
536. 119er decimal tree for Ryanair 4001.
Alright, and we can put that here. We're almost out of fuel too. Alright, AP is starting. Perfect. Very, very nice airport. We'll take a look at it after we do our replay.
Approach Ryanair 4001, 5,100 feet. Ryanair 4001, approach altimeter 30.12. Continue to D270.
Steve, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Chinook 705, contact Canary Center on 119.
Right, here we go. Let's make a turn here.
Good day.
We could park here, but we're just going to go straight and park at the gate there. Of course, I'm not really abiding by the taxiways here, but that's alright. We'll just go straight through here and... which one is it? I think it's this one here. No, that's just the ground markings. Alright, here we go. Alright, now we're not going to shut down the aircraft because we want to do the replay. And flight control replay has some really weird things when you shut down the power. So let's just bring it to a stop here. Right, parking brake is set. And let's do the replay, folks. Alright, let's control replay. Oh, it's been recording all this time. Alright, so let's stop it. And we'll say load. And then we're going to go to... where is it? There we go. Open. Right, it's loaded the flight. And let's see. So, there we go.
Maintain vertical speed.
Approach Boeing 737 is type 13 miles southwest of Lanzrote, 2,200 feet. Request flight following.
Just what a beautiful approach.
Squawk 37 tree for Boeing 737.
Generic 78 tree, you are 12 miles southwest of Lanzarote.
We can enjoy the external views there. And that's the turn for the runway. Guys, look at that view.
Tower on 120.7, generic 78 tree.
Just absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Oh, don't do that. The gear went... I don't know why it does that. Now, what happens is everything comes out except the front gear. Alright, here's what I'll do. You know what? Let's stop this. And we're going to load it again, but this time what I'll do... let's see, GC, where is it? Where is our... There we go, open. Right, play. I hate it when it does this, and I'm not sure really why a flight control replay does that. It just happens all the time. Alright, let's stop it. And then what we'll do is we'll set it right here and play it. Oh, don't put the gear up. Oh, thank God it didn't. Okay, perfect. Alright, here we go. Looks tilted a little bit. Wasn't sure it wanted to do it or not. Why is it doing this? Oh. Alright, well, it's good enough for us to take a look here at the landing. And you can see that it was... Just look at the wind, guys. Wow, look at that. That's a bounce there. Well, it's not too bad if you ask me. It was alright. Alright, so what we can do...
That's how you land an aircraft.
That's FS Realistic. That's how to land an aircraft. Alright. So if we go here, we can go to the external view. What's with that? No, that's not what I want. Alright, here we go. And now what we'll do is we'll bring up flight control replay, and we're gonna go back right about here. Here's what I want to do. I want to go to... Let's, why is it not doing what it's supposed to do?
Contact Lanzrote Tower on 120.7 when inbound.
Alright, here we go.
705 traffic in sight.
So what I want to do is I want to set up a view so that we can see how the aircraft was approaching the runway. So let's see here.
Traffic is 12 o'clock 1 miles at 1,000 feet generic. Report them
So that's the aircraft. What a beautiful rendition of the airport. Look at that, folks.
1 mile, 1,300 feet generic.
Alright, we can set up probably somewhere here.
705 traffic is 9
Alright,
o'clock 4 miles
and
at 2,300 feet generic.
there we go. Alright. So what we can do is do Shift and Tab.
Approach generic Charlie November
And I think that's a little too far. So let's bring the aircraft closer. There we go. And maybe just bring it slightly more.
Keep speed not above 200 knots. Expect ILS Zulu runway tree approach via Lima Tango Echo 221
Alright,
Radio
I
1
think
tree,
that's good.
DME cleared to Lima Tango Echo.
Approach Boeing 737 is type 1
Wow,
mile
that was
southwest of
violent.
Lanzrote, 200 feet.
That was definitely
Request
violent.
flight following.
Boeing 737 approach. Squawk 0706. Climb and maintain 5,000
Why is it
feet.
not doing what it's
Expect
supposed to
ILS
do?
runway tree approach via Lima Tango Echo
The reset
221
button
Radio
isn't
1
working.
tree, DME cleared to Lima Tango Echo generic 78
Alright, well, that's the aircraft there. Let's set it up this way. Perfect. Now you can see the airport. Very, very nice rendition, guys, of Lanzarote or Lanzrote. Beautiful airport. Available right now at the Just Flight store. Very, very detailed rendition of the airport. I like it. I really like this airport a lot. I think it's very well developed. Very easy on the frames as well. Came like a rocket, up like a heavy aircraft. Yeah, well, we were flying very heavy today, Sammy. We were flying full load, so the full cargo, full passengers. So yeah, definitely was. We came in heavy. We came in very heavy today. So Yeah, but I hope that you guys enjoyed the streams as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for us to roll the giveaway for the second winner of the Tobii eye tracker device. So let me go to Gleam. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. And now we are going to go to the giveaway. Now, just a quick stats for you guys. I have 168 total users that have successfully entered the giveaway and have performed 414 actions. So those are the number of people who followed me on Instagram, or total entry 744, beg your pardon. And so we are going to now go to the entries, reporting
Going to 119
winners. All right, here we go.
705.
And we are going to, let me first delete invalid actions. Right, invalid actions have been deleted. And now we can draw the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is, of the second Tobii Eye Tracker 5 device is, draw the winner, and the winner is Daniel Breetschaft. Daniel
Approach 10x.
Breetschaft. I think, I hope I'm saying it correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't, but please, Daniel, if you are with us, Daniel is from Brazil. Daniel, if you're with us, please identify yourself in chat.
Boeing 737 approach. Squawk 0.
And I'm not going to wait too long, so if you're in chat, please do let us know that you are here with us. Dave, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. And it looks like we do not have Daniel with us.
545.
Daniel, if you are there, please let us know. I can't see his name tag. All right, folks, we are going to select another winner. So, all right. All right. So now we are going to draw another winner. And draw in 3, 2, 1. And let's see here. And validate. All right. All right. I'm just having a little trouble with this Gleam thing. So let's draw another winner. And draw. And let's see. And the winner is Michael. Michael, Michael, of course, I cannot say. Michael from the Netherlands. Michael from the Netherlands. Are you with us today, Michael? Do we have Michael with us, folks, from the Netherlands? From Groningen, Netherlands. Do we have him with us? It doesn't seem like we have Michael with us. There's a lot of people who signed up but not here. Obviously, yeah. All right. Let's try it one more time. It's Michael. It doesn't have a last name. The thing is, it's just the name is Michael. That's it. Yeah, I just have Michael, and he doesn't have a last name or anything. It's just there. All right. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna invalidate this, unfortunately, and I'm gonna go and pick someone else. Looks like it's going to be one of those long nights. But all right, let's draw another winner. All right, we have Philip Borowik. Philip Borowik from Poland. Philip, are you there with us? Philip Borowik from Poland. Philip, are you there with us on stream this evening? And we still don't have Philip with us. So we're going to go with another draw. Philip, are you there? No, Philip. All right, he's not there. Okay. We go to the next one. Tension is rising. All right, draw a winner. And the winner is, ladies and gentlemen, for the third time now, is Nicolita Mariana. Nicolita Mariana from Romania. Do we have Nicolita Mariana from Romania with us? More exciting this way. Yeah, well, I'll tell you guys what's going to happen. If I don't get another winner now, I'm going to do it one more time. And if I don't, what I'll do is I'm gonna run it in another way, and let's see. Okay, let's see. All right, let's try it one more time here. It looks like a lot of the guys are not here, unfortunately. So as a standby, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable Nightbot one more time, join the channel, and let's see. Ooh, I need to do this. Oh, that's too bad. Alright, how am I going to do this? Come on, guys. Mariana, are you with us? You're not. Alright. Let's see. Draw a winner.
Report them in sight. Generic 783 traffic in sight.
Alright. God, this is proving to be quite a job, guys. Alright, draw a winner, and let's see. Draw. And let's see if we have... Alright, so we have Cosmin Kojokaro from Romania as well. Cosmin? Cosmin, do we have it? Do we have you here? Yeah, I didn't mention that, but yeah, that's probably my bad. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do, folks. We are. Let's see. All right, I do, guys, have you in chat. So. Let's see. Choose chat pick. That's probably what I need to do. So reset eligibility. But the thing is, I need to add Nightbot. There's an idea. Yeah, night raffle. I'm not getting the giveaway there. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. So I will probably see the winner name. I just will not be able. It will not show in chat, in the chat window.
Approach Boeing 737.
Makes
type
sense to
13
be
miles
there if you
southwest
want
of
to
Lanzarote,
win.
2,200 feet.
Yeah,
Request flight
absolutely.
Boeing
You know what?
737
Let's try it one more
approach.
time. Let's invalidate this one here and delete the invalid actions. And now we can draw a winner. Draw.
Squawk 6017, Boeing 737.
Okay. Do we have with us Ben Dow from the USA, from Chicago? Ben Dow from the USA, Chicago, USA. Do we have Ben with us?
Approach generic Charlie
Do
November
we
Foxtrot,
have Ben
78
with
Street,
us?
5,000 feet.
Benny, is it you?
Charlie November Foxtrot, 78
Benny is here.
Hotel
Is that you?
Continue as planned.
I'm here, no kidding. Well, Benny, congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. I'm very glad that you have won the competition, Benny. All right, perfect. All right, so Benny is the winner of the second Tobii Eye Tracker device. Finally, I'm very glad that you have finally won something here on the channel, Benny. And thank you very much for your kind support. You've been a very loyal member here at the Q8 Pilot channel, so I'm very glad that you have won something here today, my friend. Congratulations. All I need from you, Ben, is to send me an email to info@q8pilot.com. Of course, make sure that you send the email from the same email that you've registered the giveaway with. So the Gmail account that you've used to register for the giveaway. Send me an email to info@q8pilot.com. Please make sure that you include your shipping address and a phone number where DHL can contact you in case they need to while they deliver the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 device to your doorstep. Once again, congratulations, my friend. And I hope that everyone has enjoyed this kind of long stream today. And until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. I will see you all next time. Stay safe, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.